Hello everybody, it is Gabrielle here. Today is Saturday, September 7th, 2019, and I am doing a vlog for you guys, obviously. Today's vlog is going to be an about me vlog because I feel like I haven't really said, told any information about me or done an about me vlog, and I thought that that would be an interesting thing to do today so you guys can get to know me since you do watch my vlogs, hopefully. And I just wanted you to know a little bit about me. Yeah, so I know this is my first vlog in a while, but I just got inspired today to get ready and to do this for you guys. So I apologize for it being kind of bright, but this is what I look like anyways because I am pale as. But anyways, but before I start the vlog, I just wanted to say that next Saturday, September 14th, is my mom's Healing Arts Fair. It's gonna be at Pure Joy Yoga in Yuba City, and it should be a lot of fun. We're gonna have Turtle Animal Rescue out right in front the entrance in the parking lot, so you guys can donate to that. That's really important to us, and they were so cute last time, and it would really mean a lot to my mom's friend who does it. Really huge turtles. One of them has a feeding tube, but they're so cute. And now that I think about it, I think they're tortoises, but it'd be really greatly appreciated if you guys came to our fair, checked out the turtles, and checked out our fair. And it's going to be free admission, which is really cool. We don't do very many fairs that are free admission, so that'd be really cool if anybody could come. We're gonna have readers, healers, we're gonna have someone doing massage, people selling crystals, all that fun stuff, and my mom will be selling some of her products, so yeah, that should be really fun. So I just wanted to plug that really quick, and now I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. Jakey's here with me, my cat Jake. So yeah, so I'll get into the vlog. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Gabrielle Renee Peel. I go by Gabby, and I was born October 27th, 1993 to Jill Jill Waterbury at the time, and Christopher Peel. My parents met in the Air Force in Virginia, and they got married, and they had me, and then they had my brother about a year and a half later, and my dad got stationed in Korea, and my mom and I and my brother went there to live with him. And then we moved to California, and we got stationed at Beale Air Force Base, and that's how we ended up in California. My parents divorced shortly afterwards, and my brother and I would just go back and forth between my mom and my dad for a little bit. And then when I was about 9 years old, my dad moved to Illinois because he just was not happy here. He wasn't getting the jobs he wanted here, and at this point my mom had gotten out of the Air Force. My dad was still in the Air Force, and my mom started doing real estate with she got remarried with her then husband. They had their own business buying and selling houses, and they were really successful at doing that. But my dad just wasn't having any luck here getting any jobs, and he was very unhappy. So he decided to move to Illinois because growing up he was a military brat. His dad was in the Air Force, and they moved around a lot. And out of all the places that they lived, Belleville was one of his favorite places. So that's where he ended up moving to when I was 9 years old. And my brother and I got to video chat with him, and we would talk to him frequently. My mom had my sister Aiden when I was 10. And then shortly after she was born, we moved to Illinois to live closer to my dad. That was really cool because we got to see both of our parents. They didn't live too far away from each other, and my parents got along really well. co-parented, and they were friends, and they went to all of our games together and all that fun stuff. And then I was there for 5th and 6th grade, and then the summer before my 7th grade year, my mom and her husband got separated, and we moved back here to Illinois, to California. Me, my brother, my sister, my sister's dad, and my mom. So then my brother moved back to Illinois for a little bit, and I stayed here and went to, started going to Marysville Charter Academy for the Arts when I was in 7th grade. And it's a lot different now, but back then, how it was set up was, to get in, you had to write why you should get into the school. Like, what talents do you have to offer, and why do you think that you should be going to our school? And I said that I loved writing, I'd been doing it since I could walk, and that I was very creative, and that I wanted to go to a creative school with people with similar talents, and I thought I'd make a great addition. And I sat down and I met with Skeffington and did an interview with him, and I got into the school. So that's where I went for 7th, 8th, and half of 9th grade. And I did jazz dance. I took creative writing classes. I met a lot of cool people who I'm still friends with now. Well, acquaintances, still speak to them. And after my first semester of 9th grade, because it was a 7th through 12th grade school, after my first semester of 9th grade, I decided to go live with my dad due to personal reasons. I left all my friends behind. I left a city and a state that I'd grown up in, and I went to go live in Illinois. And living in Illinois, I quickly learned I'm not a Midwest person. But I was living with my dad and my stepmom, and I was going to Freeburg High School. And my dad lived in Illinois. I lived in Belleville. I lived there with him. He lived on the border of St. Louis. So I went to Freeburg High School because we were on the outskirts of Belleville, so we were in the Freeburg school district. So I went to Freeburg, and it was a very small town with people that had grown up with each other since kindergarten. They all knew each other. They had rarely, if ever, seen a new person. And I was the new girl, and I kind of wanted a new identity. So I went by Gabriella instead of Gabrielle, even though Gabriella is not my name, never has been. It's always been Gabrielle. So I went by Gabriella, but everybody called me Gabby. And I was the new girl from California at that school. And everybody thought it was so cool and interesting that I was from California, and what was I doing in Freeburg, Illinois, of all places. I had chosen to go there. But I was the new girl for a little bit, but I made friends. One of them that I met when I was in 9th grade at that school ended up being my roommate in this apartment for 6 months. And when I first moved in here, and some I used to talk to, but I kind of lost contact with them. But I was at that school from 9th to I graduated from there. And along the way, I decided I wanted to move back to California. It was just a decision I made because I just was not happy in Illinois, and I felt like after a recent visit to visit my mom for Christmas, I just felt like that was, I had a lot of fun on that visit, and I felt like that this is the place that I needed to be. So I spoke with my dad and told him I wanted to move back here. So my mom flew out for my graduation, and my mom flew out for my graduation, and then we drove my car at the time from Illinois to here when I was 18, after like a few days after I graduated high school. So I've been living here consistently since I've been 18 years old, and just going to see my dad for holidays and stuff. But I moved here when I was 18, so I've been here since May 2012. Jake! Goodbye. I've been here since I was 18, so like seven years consistently. And a lot has happened in that 7 years, a lot of things that I never thought would happen. I've grown a lot since I was 18. I've just grown a lot this past year as a person, but I really have learned a lot about myself. I've learned that I'm stronger than I think. Going through my anxiety and depression has really shown me that I'm a lot stronger than I give myself credit for. And I've learned that I can support myself financially without my parents. Obviously, there have been times where I have had to ask my parents for money, but I've learned that I can do it on my own. I've learned to trust people, to trust in the universe, and to trust that there are good people in the world. Because I tend to look at one situation and think that that's how everything is. Like, if one person breaks my heart, I just think that everyone's an asshole. So I've learned a lot about myself in these past 7 years. I know I kind of sped through this. This is kind of a speedy vlog about myself, but I just wanted to give a little backstory to how I ended up to where I am now. Moved out of my mom's house at 22, and that's when I started living on my own and paying my own bills and supporting myself by myself. So it's been a huge learning experience for me, being in the adult world, but it's also just been a huge experience for me growing these past 7 years, growing this past year, and learning a lot about myself that I didn't know before, having not gone through those experiences. I believe 150% that everything you go through gets you to where you are. When I look back on times where, in moments of my dark moments, when I look back on my mindset at that time, like, why am I going through this? This is never going to end. When I think back to those times, I now look at it as, if that wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Or if something that happened later in life would have happened earlier, it would have had a different outcome, and it probably wouldn't have been the best outcome. And for example, my breakup with my ex, like, that needed to happen, even if, regardless of if we get back together in the future or not, which I don't know if we will, but regardless of that, that needed to happen, because I see the people that we are now, and I see that we are stronger as individuals, and that just needed to happen regardless of how painful it is. So I really do think that everything that you do gets you to where you are. I don't think there's any accidents or any coincidences. I 100% believe that the things that happen in our life are meant to happen, even if you don't know the reason at the time. Even when you're sitting there going, why is this happening to me? Later on you realize the reason, and that's what I don't always look at life that way. There's sometimes where I am that person that is sitting there going, why is this happening to me, or why is my life this way? But I 100% believe that everything gets you to where you are. So anyways, I'm going to end this vlog now, and I will hopefully continuously do these vlogs again. But until then, I will see you on my next vlog. Hope you enjoyed this. Please subscribe to my channel, share my videos, and I will see you next time. Bye.